Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Monday, August 11th suggest some curveballs and twists. For one thing, Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda owes Sheila Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, an explanation. Meanwhile, Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, vows to make Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, suffer. Let's begin with Lie, who didn't plan on anyone finding out her secret. However, Sheila discovered that it was a comatose luminozoa, Lisa Yamada, behind that curtain. At first, Sheila will be overjoyed that her granddaughter is alive. After the shock dissipates, expect Sheila to demand answers from Lie. In a preview clip for next week, Sheila asks the good doctor why she saved Luna. After all, Lie wasn't shy about hiding her disdain and mistrust of Luna. However, after Sheila gets the intel, Lie might put her in an impossible situation. There is no way anyone will understand Lie doing this for Luna, especially after everything that the young woman has done to Lie's loved ones. So Lie is going to ask that Sheila keep Luna being alive a secret, at least for the time being. That will put Sheila in a tough moral dilemma. The one person that she usually turns to can't know Luna is alive. In fact, Deacon Sharp, scene canon, blows up anytime Luna's name is even mentioned. So what will Sheila decide? The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the next episode reveal that Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, and Hope Logan, Annika Noel, are still shell-shocked when Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, arrives home. Liam instantly rants to his father about Grace's confession. Of course, Bill will want his own revenge. It would be easy to see Bill ask where Grace is now. When Hope and Liam explain that John, Finnegan, Tanner Novlan, took Grace to the police station, Bill could try to catch up with them. It would be just like the soap to have Finn get an emergency phone call from the hospital and have to go. Bill would offer to hand Grace over to the cops, only to have her disappear. It seems that Bill is in his fix-it phase. Lately, it seems that Bill tries to reform and fix damaged people. On the other hand, this could be the last straw for Bill. Is it possible that Grace's scheme will turn Bill back into the vengeful villain we all know and love? Monday, August 11, delivers a scorching summer installment of The Bold and the Beautiful, where alliances teeter, grudges sharpen, and surprising moral shades emerge in characters who usually walk in black and white. By the end of the episode, three storylines crash toward each other. Bill Spencer's rage-fueled promise of retribution, Sheila Carter's unexpected tug-of-war with her own conscience, and Lee Finnegan's attempt to finally explain the decisions that have left so many questioning her judgment. This episode is all about truths colliding with perception, and in typical B and B fashion, perception can be just as dangerous as reality. Bill Spencer's vengeful vow. They'll regret ever crossing me. From the opening scene, Bill is a man possessed. In his Ocean View office at Spencer Publications, he stares out over the crashing waves, jaw tight, his mind replaying the latest betrayal. While Justin tries to temper him with the usual business logic, Bill is miles away from quarterly reports and investment strategies. The trigger? A shocking development involving his family's safety, something he believes was deliberately orchestrated by his enemies. Although the exact instigator hasn't been confirmed, Bill's gut tells him one name, Lee Finnegan. The woman he once considered an ally has, in his eyes, crossed a line too far. Bill's internal monologue is pure Spencer steel. Every scene with him today feels like a build-up to war. He's not thinking in terms of courtrooms or negotiations. He's thinking about destruction. "You don't go after my family and walk away breathing easy," he growls to himself. When Wyatt and Liam arrive unexpectedly, Bill masks his rage just enough to keep them from panicking, but his sons see the fire in his eyes. Liam tries reasoning with him, reminding Bill that going nuclear never ends well, but that only solidifies Bill's resolve. The vow that spills from his lips is chilling. "They think they can play me? I'll make sure they regret it every single day for the rest of their lives." This isn't just posturing. Bill's already making moves, quietly calling in favors from shadowy contacts who owe him big. There's talk of digging up sealed records, following money trails, and exposing truths that some characters have been desperate to keep buried. The camera lingers on Bill's face, and we know the storm is coming. Sheila Carter's moral dilemma: if I do nothing, I'm no better than them. Over at Deacon's apartment, Sheila Carter is pacing like a caged animal. But this isn't the manic, dangerous Sheila we've come to expect. Today's Sheila is rattled by something she's learned. Something that has the power to hurt people she surprisingly cares about. The twist: Sheila is holding information that could ruin both Bill and Lie, and she's unsure whether to use it. Normally, Sheila thrives on chaos, but in this rare moment, she's conflicted. Deacon sees it immediately. "You've got that look," he says cautiously, "the one you get when you know something you shouldn't." Sheila shoots him a glare but doesn't deny it. The internal battle is fascinating. On one hand, Sheila knows that exposing what she's learned could protect Finn from further manipulation, a cause that has become unexpectedly important to her. On the other, it could put her directly in the crosshairs of both Bill and Lie, two people who wouldn't hesitate to retaliate. What makes her hesitation even more intriguing is the fact that this isn't about saving herself for once. It's about choosing the lesser of two evils for the sake of her son. "If I do nothing," she whispers almost to herself, "I'm no better than them." Deacon warns her not to play hero. "Leave that to the Forresters," he mutters, but Sheila's resolve begins to shift. By the end of her scenes today, she seems to be leaning toward taking action, though whether it's to help or to punish remains an open question. The tension builds when Sheila makes a single phone call, her voice low and deliberate. "We need to talk. In person, tonight." We don't see who's on the other end, but whoever it is, the conversation promises to change the game. Lie Finnegan explains, "I did what I had to do." The third major arc belongs to Lie, who has been dodging questions and facing mounting suspicion for weeks. Today, she finally decides to lay it all out, or at least her version of the truth. Her audience? Finn and Steffi, who confront her at the Cliff House after catching wind of Bill's accusations. Finn's frustration is palpable. He's tired of hearing bits and pieces, and wants his mother to finally explain why she's been making decisions that seem to put everyone on edge. Lie takes a deep breath before diving in. Her explanation is layered, emotional, and, in true soap fashion, only partially satisfying. She admits that she's been withholding information about a past incident involving Bill, Sheila, and a third party whose name she refuses to reveal. Her reasoning? She was trying to protect Finn from being dragged into a dangerous power struggle. But Steffi isn't buying the noble act. "You've been manipulating the truth for weeks, Lie. That's not protection, that's control." Lee's face hardens, and we get a flash of her more ruthless side. "I did what I had to do," she says, voice steady. "If you knew everything, you'd understand." But she refuses to fill in the missing pieces, clearly believing that keeping some details hidden is the safest path. Finn is caught in the middle, torn between the mother who saved his life and the wife who demands full transparency. The emotional tug-of-war is intense, and it's clear that whatever Lie is protecting is directly tied to Bill's fury and Sheila's moral conflict. Threads begin to weave together. The brilliance of Monday's episode is how these three arcs begin to subtly intertwine. Bill's vow for vengeance is clearly aimed at Lie, but as Sheila steps in with what she knows, she could either save Lie or deliver her straight into Bill's line of fire. Lee's refusal to give Finn the full truth risks pushing him towards Sheila, who might be the only one willing to lay everything bare, even if her motives aren't pure. Sheila's decision, whatever it ends up being, has the potential to trigger Bill's wrath in her direction, making her both a target and a wild card. By the midpoint of the episode, we start to sense that all roads are leading to a single explosive confrontation. The question isn't if it will happen, it's when and who will still be standing afterward. Key scenes that stand out. Bill's quiet threat to Justin. In a low, almost calm tone, Bill tells Justin that sometimes the best revenge isn't quick. It's slow, methodical, and devastating. It's the kind of line that makes you know he's going to play the long game. Sheila staring at a photograph of Finn. She runs her finger over the image, her eyes soft but her expression unreadable. This moment, silent and intimate, gives a rare glimpse into the complicated love she has for her son. Lee's slipped detail. While defending her actions, Lila lets slip a timeline inconsistency. One that Steffi catches instantly. Wait, Steffi says sharply, you told us that happened after Bill got involved. But now you're saying it was before. Lai freezes, realizing she's just given away more than she intended. The mystery meeting. Sheila's last scene ends with her entering a dimly lit back room of a restaurant. We see only the back of the person she's meeting, a tall figure in a dark suit, before the credits roll. What it all means moving forward. Monday's episode doesn't deliver full answers, B&B rarely does, but it sets the stage for an explosive week. Bill's vengeful vow. If Bill uncovers whatever Lai has been hiding, the fallout could destroy not just Lai's reputation, but her relationship with Finn. Sheila's moral dilemma. This could be the moment where Sheila chooses a side not for self-preservation, but for genuine loyalty, which might make her even more dangerous. Lee's explanation. Her insistence on controlling the narrative suggests that the truth is far worse than anyone suspects. By the end of Monday's episode, viewers are left with the sense that all three characters are standing on the edge of a cliff, and one wrong move will send them tumbling into a storyline that will dominate the rest of the summer. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our BOLD and BAUTFUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.